All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jon Randall. I'm a regional director for GoldenCare USA, and I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Um, some of this stuff is stuff a lot of you agents might have seen before, but I'm going to give you new ways to look at it. Um, Maybe give you some success stories of the agents that really are using it. Um, but if you've never been to our website, goldencareagent.com, you can see a lot of great tools we have. The CSG Actuarial for any of you Medicare people out there, Strategision for the long-term care people. We have a good discounted E&O program. I'm going to talk about the CareOptions today. And I just want to let you know, you can call us anytime at that 800 number up top, and you will get a copy of these slides. And today's slides are very interactive. I think you're really going to like the tools that are built right into it and the links. I just want to show you how using CareOptions, thinking about associations, thinking about employer groups, businesses, chamber of commerces, and then things that you do in everyday life, how there's a lot more people out there to talk to than you would ever think about. And I'm going to show you the coolest thing is if you really utilize one of our tools, the CareOption, it gives clients a reason to visit with you. As insurance men, we know that's the insurance men and women. That's the biggest thing we always look at. How do we get to talk to people? Well, how would you like to have a tool? And I'm going to show you a lot of ways to use it where it actually people want to visit you. I'm going to go through some of the facts today. More Americans are turning 65. They're going to need long-term care sometime in their life. About 50% of the people who currently need long-term care are actually under the age of 65. And then we know women that turn age 65 or older, about 79% of them will need some type of long-term care. We also know women are the main residents of the nursing home. So we also wanted to let you know that 61% of all Americans that were surveyed said they'd rather die than go to a nursing home. That's a really morbid thought. A lot of that had to do with the coronavirus over the past year and a little bit. But if you really think about it, you know why? Because those that were receiving care at home, only 3% contracted coronavirus, and 1% of those people died. Compared that to being in a care facility, 37% contracted coronavirus and 11% died. Think of the people in the East Coast out there, and I think this stat is actually way under what it really happened, and I think we're starting to see some proof of that. But in less than 3 months, 22,000 people died in nursing homes on the East Coast. Look at Canada, 73% of their of their deaths were in long-term care and retirement homes. 73%. I mean, that's just a horrific fact. We know people want to stay out of the nursing home. They're terrified of them. This picture, you've either seen it in person, you've done this yourself where you had to visit a loved one through a window or through a door. It's been all over the news, but people are really afraid of that. So we really want to make sure we have a lot of tools out there. So utilize our tools and let's take care of these people. The Corona six-pack that Jeff Clark did a couple weeks ago really has a lot of great stats on nursing home receiving care. We got the article from Stephen Moses, who runs the Center for Long-Term Care. We have a long-term care white paper that Margie Berry wrote. We have underwriting ramifications of the coronavirus. We have a lot of conversation starters and scripts. But one of the neatest things, I think, is the prospecting letter. It's a rough draft, and I'll tell you how to use that a few times through this. And remember at the beginning I said it's a very interactive right there. You can click. when you get your copy of the slides, and it'll direct you right to the six-pack and all the stuff that's involved with it. So that's a great starter piece. I think you'll find a way to use that. And remember this prospecting letter, because I'm going to jump back to it a few times. But you know what? If you're not in long-term care, don't jump off this yet. We got an answer for that too. And it's called our referral program, the Longevity Planning Referral Program. How that works is you just talk to anybody you know, and tell them, you know what? If you're a Medicare person, if you're a final expense person, you can sign up and do this. You just register. You can send a letter out to all your clients because they're already your clients. Use that prospecting letter, mail it out. You'll get referrals back, and we take care of all the sales, and you get paid on them. You don't have to go through the training, the partnership, anything. This goes for people, financial planners, anyone. You can use this as a tool if you're a long-term care agent to get people to refer their business to you. I would guess almost every insurance agent knows somebody that's a Medicare specialist or a final expense specialist. You can get them on their letterhead to send out the prospecting letter to their clients. You make the sale for them, and you give them the referral pay. Again, they don't have to go through the training or nothing. So it's a really good way to hook yourself up with somebody who might already have 3,000 to 5,000 clients, or possibly even more. And the more people you hook up with, the more clients you're going to get, or the more leads you're going to get. So what is this CareOptions? CareOptions is a tool that we've had for quite a while. And you know what? It is an awesome tool. You can look up a nursing home anywhere in the country, see how big it is, how many beds it has, how much time a nurse spends with them compared to state average and national average. You can get a pet sitter. You can create a living will. You can create a power of attorney. You can look up the cost of care anywhere. They have calculators in there that show if you become disabled, how it's going to affect your savings and your money into the future. If you become a caregiver, I think you're going to find out that, wow, if I have to miss even 5 hours of work a week, how that impacts me after 6 months, a year, or 2 years. If you take in a parent or a parent-in-law because they have Alzheimer's, it actually even has an app that shows you how to proof your house. Like you would a child proof your house, you also have to proof it for elder people with maybe walking disabilities, tripping disability. And then this next thing is really cool. And what it is every single person you give CareOptions to, once a month, they'll get a letter or an email, that has some new fact. In fact, the one I got yesterday talked about how falls take care of most people. Actually, it might be the one I have on there. Yeah, it is. So I'll show you that. But everybody you give it to, it shows a picture of you or your logo, whatever you use. It'll give your name, email, your website, whatever you want there, your phone number. And every month this goes in front of them. They get a letter that comes back to you. I wanted to show you this, that it's a really neat app. You get to put these icons in there just like you do on your phone or your iPad or your computer. So you put the ones that are most important to you. It shows you right over here the app directory, so you can go in and look at them all. But if you look at the CareOptions, and that Peterson and Associates, we just took off the website. But that's what comes to them. If you have your picture would be on there. And this one talks about how to make your home safe, because we know that 65% of the falls each year happens to 1 in every 3 seniors. And by clicking into it, it'll bring you right to the app that shows you how to make your house safer if you have somebody who is prone to falls or maybe just aging in place. So when I say this goes out to everybody, imagine, I'm going to show you different ways of going this, but imagine just in your hometown, if every business owner you knew, every club you might belong to, whether it's a Moose, Elks, VFW, every golf course that you might go to all the time, that they know you well there. Say, you know what, I'd like to give every member of this golf course this tool. I'd like to give every member of my church this tool. I'd like to give every member of your church this tool. I would like everybody in this plant to be able to have this tool, and I'd like to give it to them free. Think of all the people you can get in front of, and we know long-term care is a specialty type sale. A long time it's an emotional sale that they don't feel it until they see it happen to somebody around them, or or themselves or their parents. Now all of a sudden that's what they're thinking about. With the coronavirus, we've seen the first uptick in calls coming in for people who say, I want long-term care, can you help me? And they're getting it from their Medicare patients, or their final expense clients, I should say, or their final expense clients, or their term life client, or somebody that just sees their face every month on CareOptions. And back in the day, if you got somebody that called in for long-term care, it's because their house was already on fire. Nowadays, it's people are scared and they just want to be taken care of. With our perfect portfolio, we know that long-term care can't be the only answer. So we have an array of products: short-term care, home health care only, hybrid products. We have them all, something to fit anyone in the nation. All 50 states are covered, all the way down to our True Freedom program. So not only think of this, how I'm going to tell you to use it here in the future, but think about just giving it away to anybody. If you walk into a big business and they have a Excel spreadsheet of all their clients' names and email addresses is all you need, you can send in 3,000 and they'll all get their invite within 48 hours. And all of a sudden you're in front of 3,000 people once a month. Think of the power of that. Again, that's all we've ever wanted to do is generate new leads, have new avenues to leads. And these are just great ways to do it. But instead of going way outside and thinking national, just look around right to places right closer to you. Again, businesses right by you, churches, any associations, Chamber of Commerce, Elks, Moose, VFWs, Fitness Center, again, golf outings. We just had a person in North Carolina that listened to me tell him to do this. And he said, it's really weird. I see these guys and I know a lot of them, but I've already got about 8 calls in 2 weeks, and I have 4 appointments set up for long-term care from people that I walk by, all summer long, because I've never talked to them. I've never said anything to them. Now they know because they see this. So use any event, anything that you're doing, everybody that you see. In the old days, association and workplace were their biggest client grabber ever, if you want to say. Mutual Omaha has the tools to get you into the association. All they have to do is be dues-paying members. They have to elect their officials, and they have to be put together not for the reason only of insurance. Any of you wily veterans out there that have been around forever know that if you have an association, you have the greatest lead source ever, except for maybe workplace. Because if you know somebody in the workplace, you can offer them the CareOptions just like you can with the association. It gets you in front of a lot of people. But you know what the workplace does? It gets you a lot of people right there. They're all right in front of you. If you can get a seminar set up, get people in the room, and then set appointments for them, you're going to get, 5, 10, 15, 40, 100 apps all at one time. And that's a big boost in your business. And of a lot of employers, just with offering care options, will give you that trade-off. In fact, for a limited time here, I got a 3-month window for sure. If you set up a workplace and you can guarantee that Jeff Clark can come down and get in front of 25 or more people. In fact, every time we've done this, he's sold over 50% of the applications or 50% of the attendees. So if you can get it together, he has volunteered to say he will come down at no cost to you, give the presentation, and then even help you take apps if you want to take apps right on the spot. If the employer allows that, it's a perfect way to generate sales. And we've had unfortunately, we haven't been doing a lot of employer stuff lately. With Mutual of Omaha, they have a common employer, just says you have to have 5 applications. Once you get those 5, you send them all in with the paperwork. Then their spouses and all of any future employee or even employee that's there now that decides a month from now to buy it or 6 months can all get that common employer discount of 5%. The spouses also get a 5% discount. If we go to the NGL for the workplace, they actually have a actual workplace. Almost any business with 5 or more employees, because it varies state by state, but you either need 2 to 5 employees to qualify it as a workplace. They also have premium discounts for employees and the eligible family members. Partnership policies are available in most of the states. It's a very streamlined group approval process. You can just snap your fingers basically and go through this one sheet and get people set up for the group. So remember, it's not that new of concepts that I brought up, but it's stuff that we've all kind of forgotten. At one time in the state of Indiana, I had a guy really sold on CareOptions. And you know what? He signed up Lilly Pharmaceutical, their credit union. He had the Indiana State Bar, and he had the Indiana Medical, along with a couple other groups. He, very, very low-hanging fruit, sold 300,000 to 500,000 year in and year out. He could have put a full work, full group of agents to work to cover all the leads he's getting. And it was actually because he presented it, he showed it to them, and he got people, and then he was in front of them all the time. So, on April 7th, Bob Pearson is going to actually go deeper into the CareOptions and show you some new ideas he has with it. But you know what? If you need anything else today, give us a call at 800-842. But don't miss this presentation. Again, when you get the slides, you can register right there to go on to that one next week. But take a look at our website, give us a call, but don't pass up the employer. If you don't want to go in and say, hey, I'd like to be your long-term care guy, go in and give them CareOptions. And without knowing it, you're becoming their long-term care guy. You're doing them a favor. You're giving them a great tool. There's over $40 billion lost every year from employers looking for nursing home, assisted living, home health care while they should be working. Well, this tool, it's right at their fingertips. They can do it so fast. And sign up for it. If you're not a member of CareOptions, all you have to do is be a GoldenCare agent. Sign up for it. We give it to you free, and we let you give it to anybody else you want for free. So I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their day. I'm only about 1 minute over what I thought I would be. So everybody have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of their week, and feel free to give us a call. Thank you, everybody.
check out our website, goldencareagent.com, or give us a call at 800-842-7799.